Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Alright, in this video I'll share with you maybe 1, 2 or 3 incidents which took place, and I think the underlying message that I want to give you is, if you don't respect yourself and your time, don't expect anybody, even your own family members, to respect it. Okay, I'll give the specific incidents and you give me your thoughts. If you're new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get jobs in Dubai, Middle East, other parts of the world, it depends. Australia, Canada, Europe. And people book my expertise for coaching and consulting. Details are put down below. Now, I'll give you the latest one that happened. You're talking of this individual. Obviously, I keep their identities hidden. Person is well connected, powerful, runs multiple businesses. Okay? And person's based here. Nightclubs, transportation companies, restaurants, travel agencies. Okay, the works. And you could say that I have taken advice from that person in terms of a phone call. Like, so-and-so is the issue, what do you suggest? So in the 5 to 6 years, that's the only service I've taken, phone call. And because a person is at that level, I respect that person's time. Okay. What happened was, a few days ago, the person wanted something related to his device. The same, like I have an iMac. He also has iMac, he has a MacBook Pro, he has an Apple ecosystem. The only difference being is, he doesn't know his own system. And he doesn't even take care of it. That's the surprising bit. So he just asked me for a small little favor, which I could have done over the phone, but he said, no, I want it to be confidential. Okay. So when I asked him, what is it specifically? He said, no, just to sort out a couple of files and folders. And I said, why don't you show me? No, it's confidential. Okay, whatever. Now, out of courtesy, because I know this guy for some time, I said, fine. So he came down, bought his, I thought he was bringing one machine. He ended up bringing 4 machines. Okay. I was like, okay. And then after that, what was supposed to be one small job, he bought in multiple requests. This one is not working, this one is not connecting, this one is file transfer. I told him, boss, if you have to do all this, why don't you get an idea? No, it's confidential. There are some adult photographs. And so I was like, it's going to take time if you want to transfer and sort them out. He said, fine, no issues. Now remember, until now, I'm doing this out of courtesy. And given the fact that he's powerful, he's rich, he's influential, I can't tell him bugger off from the house. Okay. So started. Now generally I prefer being alone. This guy sat down because he's so insecure about his files. He wouldn't budge from where he was sitting in my room. I don't like it. And you'll not believe, for the next, I think, 12 or 13 hours, he made sure that he was sitting there, he was talking to me, he was asking me all sorts of unwanted, useless, pointless questions like, can you about girls? Okay, if she's chatting with me, if she's on Instagram, if I want to watch cyber sex, I really didn't know how to like, what do you want me to tell you about cyber sex, man? Anyway, I just kept quiet, and finally we finished after, I think, nearly 13 hours. Now you must be thinking, didn't you take favors from him? Yeah, I took favors where I spoke to him on the phone for 3 minutes. That's all. Or 5 minutes. Say maximum 15. Okay, I'm going generous. Because my questions were always, is it possible not? Whom do you suggest? Now, in case you feel tempted, oh, you must have taken favors. Guess what? Whenever I have used his transportation company, I have paid full money. Whenever I've gone to his restaurants, full money. Whenever I've used, even if it's legal consultation, full money. And even after that incident, when I did ask for legal advice, there was not even an iota of a discount. It's full price. Now, why am I bringing this up? Is it because he's a bad guy? I would say he's a businessman. Now, obviously, you'll be tempted, oh, you're bad-mouthing, what if he checks? Thankfully, he's not on social media because of various reasons which I'll not tell you. But what I realized after the whole thing was over, and my wife exclaimed, isn't this guy going, like, indirectly? Finally, he left. The thing is, he doesn't respect what I do. He doesn't think very highly of what I do. He doesn't feel what I do warrants, payment. But the problem is, I can't say anything because of the level of influence, power. You're playing with fire. And this is what happens when you meet individuals who are very powerful. There's nothing you can do, man. There have been even cases where, thankfully not like him, there have been people who go to other restaurants and because they're big and powerful, they'll just eat for free. This happens a lot in India. They will eat for free, they'll take a service for free, and if you question them, they'll beat you up, or they'll damage your property, or they can even damage you. Now, if you are talking of that situation, I understand. You can't do anything. But here, we are talking of people who are not like gangster kind of thing, but people who know what you're doing, yet they take advantage. In fact, you might say, Loy, thankfully, I don't have such individuals. Well, you do. And do you know where? Your family members, your friends, your relatives. How many times you must have had a friend or relative who came and took your time, your advice, your expertise, without giving any importance to your time? I'm pretty sure you must have helped them in terms of money or some benefit. But then they, you can, just give me a minute. This vendor is making noise. I have to wait until he goes. He has to do his job, I have to do my job. Like, I'll give you a simple example, okay, so that you can relate to it. Do you know that any service provider, his parents, his relatives, his friends, seldom will use their services for free? Not joking. He'll use it for free. And even a payment, if you bring it up, it's considered offensive. How can you charge? Like that attitude they kind of give. And I've seen this very much with I don't know about Western families because I've not been much with them. But our Indian families, I think it's by default. You have to. See, just imagine, like the first example I gave you. The guy came and took everything for free. My time, this thing, which I could have spent doing my work or uploading a video or maybe even spending time with my family. I had to sit and sort issues or problems. And he wouldn't stop. And there was not even a courtesy thank you. In fact, when I did go to take the legal advice later on for something in his company, he saw me there. Not even, you could say, a cent. Oh, okay, I used his service. Let me give him for free or let me give him at a discount. No. This is how people are. They consider what they do is so valuable, is so special. But what you do is nothing. And that is the problem with parents. That is the problem with relatives. That is the problem with friends. They'll take your help. They might borrow money from you. They might ask you for guidance. They'll ask you for advice. They'll expect you to be there. But the day the tables are turned and you go to them for some service, you go to them for some help, you go to them for some assistance, either they'll tell you they are busy or, oh, I can't, oh, I don't have, oh, I just spend money on this. But they'll show online, like even if you ask for money, when they want money from you, you have to provide them. But when you ask them back your own money, they'll tell you, oh, sheesh, I just had to pay this. Oh, I didn't get paid this. Oh, I don't think. And they'll give you some bullshit. And then the worst ones are, after they take the money, you can't contact them. They have vanished. In fact, there are people who, when they need you, or when you're in a position of power, very sweet, very nice. But the day they get what they want, or if you're not in that position of power, or I'll give one final example of how known people take you for granted. This is after I came down here to Samui and I was starting my life. Obviously, I'm not here on a holiday. Every day is work for me. I had this individual whom I'm not in touch with, like, I think in my entire 40 years of my life, 46 years, must have interacted with this individual 4 times or 3 times, not more. Okay? Actual 4 times, huh? Okay. And obviously now the person has grown up and married and newly married. And so I didn't know this person follows me on social media, especially YouTube, takes my videos. And one fine day, called me, which I found it very rare, through Facebook Messenger. And because I knew the person, I was like, anything urgent? No, I want to talk to you, man. There's some big news. So I was like, oh, okay, big news. Put it on video, and there he tells me he is coming down here. He's coming down here in a week's time or so. And he wants to really meet me and spend time with me. He wants to get to know me. He wants to take my advice, my coaching, counseling, this, that. He wants to be a YouTuber like me. He wants to earn social media. He's fed up and tired of his life. Blah, blah, blah. I told him, see, I offer these services professionally. Okay, I don't do it for free. Even if it's my relative. So if you want, I can do something for you and you don't need to meet me physically. We can do it over the phone. And he was a bit taken aback that I told him that for my services I charge. He said, fine, okay. So I thought it was communicated. And I told him also, I don't meet people, like to be alone. He said, fine, no issues. Now imagine telling the person that you like to be alone and you're in your own world. He ends up after I think a week or 10 days. That also a local number, so I pick up the phone because I thought maybe it's a delivery. And he goes like, "Hey bro, how are you?" and this and that. And I was like, first, who's this? And then I was like, "Ah, it's you. Oh, how come you got a Thai local SIM card?" He said, "I wanted to shock you. I wanted to surprise you." Okay. I'm near your house. That definitely surprised. I was like, "What do you mean near my house?" "Man, I know where you stay and I found out through other relatives and all. I've taken this 5-star hotel nearby and I don't want any service, nothing from your side, nothing. I just want to give you a treat, a party, and I'm so honored to." I politely told him, "See, listen, I understand. I've told you before, I don't meet. It's not necessary, enjoy yourself." This guy, even though I told him, I don't know why people don't get the message. Next thing I know is my landlady calls me up. Landlady calls me up and says, "Hey Loy, there is this one India man is asking about you." I said, "What India man?" So then she puts on the video and lo and behold, that's him. He actually came down to find me through Google Maps and he came to the address of my landlady because that's where I put the point for receiving parcels or deliveries sometimes. I was so bloody irritated. And he's like, and he has come there with his wife and his kid and all. So I told my wife, I'll just be back. I didn't tell her this guy's come. I go there and meet him. This guy has come with his wife. "Hey bro," and okay, courteous. "How are you?" Typical Indian look. And I sit down there. "So, what do you want? What do you want, man? What do you want?" "Daddy, it's my landlady. I can eat whatever I want. Thai food, Thai restaurant." I said, "It's all right. I'm perfectly fine." No. I kept in there. So finally I got irritated. I told him, "Just get to the point. What do you want? I'm actually busy." And then when he saw in front of his wife, I didn't mince words. "Hey bro, I'll tell you very honestly, wanted to meet you and big fan of yours." And he gestured to his wife and he wanted to talk to me privately. She moved her. He said, "See, I know that you charge professionally, blah blah. I just want few things from you." "What?" "I want you to just evaluate me." Even after telling this guy so many times, he's still telling me evaluate. And he's saying, "I wanted you to see me face to face so that you could, see on video doesn't have that impact." And lo and behold, next thing I know, he has bought this folder, where you keep your CV and all. He bought all his documents to show me and he wanted to know how to settle down here. And I told him, "Boss, if you had told me over the phone that I guided you to a law firm or a consultant or lawyer," or no, I checked all that. They're too expensive, bro." So I told him, "I'm not a legal consultant." No, you tell me what you do." I said, "This is my lawyer. You go check there." He finally, I don't know, kept trying. Finally got fed up. I think he got fed up when he knew that I was not budging. He's like, "See man, I've come all the way. At least out of courtesy and decency, something." To which I told him, I didn't want to make a scene. "Did I ask you to come all the way? I didn't. Didn't I make it clear? You want my professional service, you pay money? Didn't I tell you that don't come meet me here? We can sort it out over the phone and whatever questions, I'll give you the right people. And if you don't have the money to afford even a local lawyer or consultant, how will you stay in this country?" it is much more expensive. Finally, when he realized I was not budging, he obviously showed me an angry face. His wife went. Well, after he left, he made sure that he blocked me, social media, that I didn't care. But he didn't stop there. Went around telling every single bloody relative about me. Every single bloody relative. Well, he assumed that all the relatives talk to me and will communicate this message. Nobody dared until maybe a relative's friend told me, hey, this guy, by the way, did he come and meet you? I said, yeah. Saying, yeah, this is what he's saying. He gave me some bullshit. See, overall, what I want to tell you, I know this example may be extreme for you, but shows you the level of shamelessness that individuals have. I mean, I've met so many clients who tell me their mother, father don't respect even their positions. Well, because they're mother, father. Brother, sister, they want them to get them a job in their company or send them loan or sponsor their education. And if they say no, they end up becoming the biggest enemies. And then obviously you have these people who, if you get a stroke of luck or if you earn money, everyone comes knocking at your door. Hey, you remember this? Hey, you remember that? Oh, even the temple, the priest, the church, the mosque, the religious folks, the charitable institutions, everybody will come knocking on your door until they realize, okay, can't get anything. And the day you don't have anything is when they leave you alone. That is why I charge people by the hour. That is why I keep away from friends and relatives. And that is why I always tell people, say, listen, the ones who talk the sweetest, who flatter you while like your friends and all, they are some of the biggest culprits. The person who will take advantage of you maximum. You don't need such individuals. For me, after the guy left, I think nearly 2 more days, to a total of 3 days, it ruined my peace of mind, man. And he didn't stop. After that, he was still calling to come and meet. Told my wife, tell I'm not there. And avoided the calls. And when he said, hey, you're free, I want to come. No, I'm busy. I have clients. Sorry, no. So that was it. And even if he does offer money and say, ready to pay, I'll say no. Because I don't want to work with such individuals. Thankfully, he's not on social media. He's not into checking my content and all that. So, very less chance any of my haters can figure out who this guy is. Anyway, small world. Even if he does come to know, let him keep away permanently. Anyway, let me know, what do you think? Are there people who take advantage of you? And do you think it is always the ones who give you the sweetest talk? They are the ones who turn out to be the biggest snakes in the grass. Let me know what you think. This is me signing off. You guys take care. Chalo.